there are a number of quests that are non-replayable. So we're just going to go through those real quick. The first one is the Vor's Prize quest. Now, it's not on me. It shouldn't be on me because, like, I didn't actually... Yeah, right. Cool. Just making sure. The Vor's Prize quest, that thing that Vor put on you in the Awakening, it's essentially to get that removed. The prerequisite to it is just doing Awakening. And, like, you can't not do Awakening. Awakening is like, hey, welcome to the game. This is the very first thing. So, like, you finish that and bam, Vor's Prize is available to do. The rewards for Vor's Prize are the Orbiter ship segment, which, that's for our ship here.
Do you remember
the burst in...
Order seems to have misplaced those memories.
Shut up, Ordis. We don't like Ordis. I mean, he's better than when we first started playing, but I heard his dialogue so much that it drove me nuts and made me want to pull my hair out. For a long time, I had him muted, but I unmuted him recently because of new quests giving him new dialogue and stuff, and I was like, oh, I want to hear what he has to say, and I regret it. Regret it instantly. But continuing on the things for Vor's Prize, there's the Orbiter ship segment. There's the Bursten blueprint, which is another assault rifle. You get some flawed mods, and you get credits. Now, credits, we're just going to go up here real quick. Credits are your basic currency. You'll spend that for all sorts of everything, building, buying. That's the base currency. There's also platinum, which is the premium currency. You can get platinum by spending real world money on it, or you can get it from trading to other players. I have acquired this much platinum, mostly from trading. But I'll say this. As far as the platinum goes, I have spent money on this game. But I have spent money on this game because it's a free-to-play game, and I feel like it is definitely worth way more than like $60 I would pay for a brand new game. So I have spent money on this game as a support for Digital Extremes DE, the developer, because of the great game they provide. But you can get absolutely everything in this game that has any kind of effect on play, like all the warframes, all the weapons, all the mods, all of that stuff you can get without ever spending a cent. You can get it all. You would never need to spend any kind of money on this game. Anybody who says, oh, Warframe's pay to win. No. Warframe is pay to avoid the aggravation of farming. Warframe is pay to avoid actually playing the game. It is by no means pay to win, because you could drop hundreds and hundreds on this game and you might still be a complete turd, but somebody who farmed it out, they're probably going to play better than you because they have more experience using the things, actually doing with them, using them, experiencing them, seeing what the game has to offer, how to combine, how to make things and mod things, right? So, but that's a little sidetrack, but you can absolutely do everything in this game for free. But real quick, here's a little description, for the Vor Prize quest. You can sort of pause and read this on your own if you really so choose. Like I said, it's not replayable. If it were, I would say it right here on the bottom of the screen. Just as an example, there, replay quest. We'll come to that in a future video. But before I continue anymore, so all of the remaining non-replayable missions that we're going to discuss, I'm going through them in the order, in the order they released. Vor's Prize released in March, April, May, June, July of 2014 with update 14. The same time that released was also the release of the Hidden Message quest. The same update. The prerequisites for this quest, we'll actually bounce to them in a second. This is Mirage here, by the way. That's Mirage, her part BPs, the chassis, the neuroptic, and the system. They're the rewards out of completing this quest. But the requirement in order to unlock that quest beyond the basic of like, hey, you did the awakening, is you have to complete the Sedna junction on Pluto. Apologize again. So, ironically enough, despite this being available, like, bam, right from the start, you have to go pretty far. To get to Pluto, you have to go this way, and then you have to go back around like this, doing all sorts of stuff. But eventually, we get to Pluto here, and here's our Sedna junction. Now, I'm going to tell you this: if you check the wiki, a lot of these junctions haven't been updated in the wiki. I had to go through because I was trying to pull things from several sources online to put together and have a nice little comparison so that I could see, and then left the final, like, that's what it is, up to what the game actually says, because who cares what it says on the wiki? We're looking at it right here. The requirements to even do this junction are to defeat 2 sentient enemies on Lua, which you're like, what the it's a faction. And Lua is essentially the moon. So, yeah, you got to unlock that at some point, too, before you do this. But also, you need to complete the Rising Tide quest, which is another one of those that has prerequisites. Now, if you were to go do this, we're just going to pop into it real quick because we can destroy this enemy. So when we do the War Within quest, because that also unlocks via this junction, we're not going to go in and do this. But here's essentially short and long. We do those 2 things. We come to this junction. It's like, oh, you sure you want to fight? Here, we have a seer inspector. Oh, no. Oh, God, what will I do? Oh, no. Oh, she's toxic. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah, she ain't shit. But that is because this frame that I'm on, Protea, I have her beefed up pretty good. But the Spectres aren't excessively hard. Even for a new player, when you get to any given Spectre, if you've been actually playing the game, you should have yourself built to a way that you can bring in a frame and whatever weapons you have, and it shouldn't be too excessively hard. There's a node, though, that has Trinity. She's the healer frame, and she has a lifelink where the damage that's done to her is returned. She can be a nasty one, depending. Nova has a slowdown ability. That they have the capabilities to be nasty. They're absolutely not when you're this far into the game, and it's disgusting how far that is. So that right there was for the Hidden Message quest. The next one came out in Update 15, which was in October of 2014. It's the Limbo Theorem quest, and that's pretty close to the bottom. There it is. So this quest is how you get the part blueprints for Limbo. Again, chassis, neuroptic system. This quest, a lot of new players will seek help from experienced players with it. If you're doing it early, it can be one of the nastier quests to get done. I recommend, if you're not too comfortable with the game yet, if you have any friends, be like, hey, can you help me run this? If you're in a clan, ask a clanmate. There's always recruiting chat to ask for some help. It can be a nasty one when you're early on. So the prerequisites for this are to complete the Europa junction on Jupiter. So we'll just go there real quick. Again, you gotta make your way to Jupiter. Europa is the bad dog over here. So the Europa junction itself just has a single thing. Complete the exterminate mission on Tesh Hub in the Void, and you can reach that from Phobos. Because this here's the Void. Each of these arms, essentially, the 4 arms, come from a different planet. So we are here at Phobos at one point, but boom, we do sticky, Stickney, and then we can travel to the Void. No junction necessary. Right there it is. We do that mobile defense mission, and bam, that's our only prerequisite beyond, obviously making it here. That also goes to the New Strange quest, which we'll talk about when we do that playthrough. But here at the Europa Junction, we fight the Nova Spectre, and Nova is probably one of the most one of the best utility frames in the game, just because of her slowdown and speed up ability. So I don't even know if what she'll use on me. Use your abilities. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. She has a teleport. Ain't shit. But Nova's probably one of the best frames in the game, just because of her actual abilities. But that might be something we dig into in future videos. Not these ones about Quest, but just something. So conveniently enough, the next quest requires something that is actually available right now, because it's one of the weeks where it is. The next quest that's not replayable is the Sands of Inaros quest, which I think it's on this side. Yeah, right here. So this bad boy here is Inaros. And when you do the Sands of Inaros quest, you earn Inaros' main blueprint, as well as the blueprints for his parts. Chassis, neuroptic system. Same every time. And you also earn the Sacred Urn decoration. Decorations you can put down in your void, in your shuttle, your orbiter here. You can also put them down in the lower part. Well, this is the orbiter. This is the ship. But the technicalities. You can donate them to your clan, and they're some people like decorating. Me, I'm like, you look around. It's like, did you decorate? I'm like, there's a hidden something here somewhere. There's the Curia right there. Decorated. It counts. But the Sands of Inaros quest, the prerequisites for it are to reach Mastery Rank 5, but more importantly, you have to buy the Sands of Inaros quest. Oh shit, where is he? I don't know where Barrow is. There he is, Saturn. I hope. Oh, yeah, he's definitely here. So you have to buy the quest from the Void Trader, Borrow Katir. Now, Borrow shows up every other week, and he's only available during the weekend. There are exceptions to that. During TennoCon, there's a special relay that's available for a week if you purchase it. Sometimes he'll show up for other special event stuff, but he's hard to see. But that's Borrow. When he comes, there will be a mailbox message, and it'll pop up here that you have a mail, and it'll be like, Borrow Katir's returned. He's located on this relay. I usually ignore that, which is why I was like, oh, I hope he's on this relay. But also, if you go down to the chat channels and you ask like Q&A, you can be like, hey, when's Borrow coming? And the chat bots will be like, Borrow Katir will arrive in whatever amount of days. But Borrow, he brings all sorts of...
I can see you're no stranger to
the final I got things. Something I need to buy. But Borrow brings all sorts of stuff. Most of his selection rotates. There are some evergreens. One of those evergreens is the Sands of Inaros blueprint. You drop 100 ducats, which you get ducats by selling prime parts to him, but 100 ducats and 25,000 credits, you can buy the Inaros blueprint, or the Sands of Inaros blueprint. Take that with the materials that it shows there at the bottom, the credits, the nanospores, oxium, nitane extract. Make the blueprint. Once you've completed making the blueprint, bam, you pull that out and you can start the quest. So you can get this from Borrow. You can also get this by trading it with another player. What it's going to cost you to get it from another player, who knows? It's whatever you and the other player agree upon. Maybe they give it to you for free because they're a clan member just trying to help you out, or just some player who's, thoroughly deep in the game and has more than they need of any given thing. What I was saying about ducats, though, there's special missions. We'll get into them more. Void missions. You get prime parts from them. So just select a prime part. Let's get rid of 2. Keep it at 20. Now I'm keeping this at 20. Usually I keep 10 of every given item. The Fang Prime requires 2 handles. So if I want to make 10 sets, which why would I ever make 10 sets? But maybe it's for trading 10 sets. It is. It'll never happen. Nobody asks for weapons. But so 10 sets, need 20. But right here, we got our ducats. We're going to get 50 for it. Sell items. Boom, we're 50 ducats richer. We take those ducats over here to Borrow. We say, hey, buddy. And we buy whatever he has for whatever the price is.
I presume.
But that's enough of Borrow, because he's a pompous ass. So, before we leave, so the next quest is called the Glast Gambit. It released an update 19.5 in December of 2016. I just want to introduce you to Glast, so you know who we're talking about. This is Glast. He's the leader of Parent Sequence. It's one of the 6 main syndicates. But the quest, you can do the Glast Gambit regardless of what syndicate you've chosen to ally yourself with. You don't need to be allied to Parent Sequence. There's the 6 main syndicates here: New Loka, Parent Sequence, Red Veil, Arbiters of Hexus, Steel Meridian, and Cephalon Suda. So if you look down below each one, they have who they're allied with, who they're opposed, who their enemy is. You earn experience for the syndicates in a mission, And the like here parent sequence, since we're talking about them, whatever experience I would earn for a syndicate, I'd get 100% of it to Perrin. Then 50% of that amount would also go to New Loka. But at the same time, 50% of that goes in the negative direction for Arbiters. And the full amount goes in the negative direction for Steel Meridian. Now, the other two factions are completely indifferent. They're not affected at all if this is who I've chosen to pledge to. So, but anyways, back to it. The Glast Gambit, it will... shit, I'm walking too far. It'll award the Nidus blueprint. So we're just going to pull that up, and much with everything else, you can just kind of read this in your own time if you so choose. The prerequisite for this is just to complete the War Within quest. And now the War Within quest is pretty deep into questing, so this isn't the sort of thing you're going to pull off week one by any means. But there's no race to finish this. They're always adding new stuff, and there's always people willing to play, whether they be experienced players or new players. But you're never going to have a hard time trying to find somebody if you just ask, especially like the people that are being, sometimes you're just hanging out, and by you I mean me, just hanging out with nothing to do, and you go to a recruiting chat and you look for somebody that's like, hey, can somebody help me with this? You're just like, man, hell with it, I ain't got nothing better to do. So you can always, there's no rush. You will always find somebody that will help you if you need it. Or most of this, by the time you get to the point you're doing it, you'll be more than capable of handling it alone if you so choose. But moving on, the next unreplayable quest is the Mask of the Revenant. Where's the mask? Right here. So, right here, we unlocked the Revenant blueprint from doing this. This quest was added in update 23.5, which was August 2018, I believe. Yeah, August 2018. So, in order to unlock this quest, you have to achieve the Observer rank with the Quill Syndicate. So, we'll just go to that real quick. The Quills are a syndicate in E.T.S. Right here. Yes. The Observer is, I think, it's just the second rank. So it's not too deep. It's not the kind of thing you're doing in, a day, but you don't have to invest hundreds and hundreds of hours to get to this rank in order to unlock this quest. So just real quick, we'll swing to see this real quick just to familiarize with it. So on Earth, there's the node right here, Plains Eidolon. That was the first open world section of the game ever introduced. E.T.S is the city associated with that. Each of the open world sections of the game have like a hub city that's associated with them. And in said hub city, there's factions, more syndicates that are related to what's going on in that particular area. So you can fast travel to Onko, but I don't want to spoil. If you're watching this, there's a potential that you're new to the game or you're considering the game, and something I would have to show you to really show off Onko is a major plot point. So we're just not going to do that. But essentially, if we come to the main part of town, this is the gate that goes out to the plains, out to the open world section. Right here, this old dude, he's Konzu. He's kind of like the chief big guy around here. But if you want to get to Onko, there's a path that goes behind it. Now, we can't go in here in our Warframe, and that's the most I'm going to say about getting in there, because like I said, that is a major plot point. When we get to the video for the mission that reveals what's related to that, I will probably reference this if I remember. There's about a 50-50 chance as to whether I will or not. But please do yourself a favor. If you don't already know, don't look into it. Don't dig it up. Wait until you get to the you're not going to know that, oh, this is the point he was talking about. But it's the kind of thing that if you see it play out, it hits a lot better than being told by somebody else. It's just it's really well done. It's a good storyline thing, and spoiling it for yourself or having somebody else spoil it is just the worst. So the next quest that's not replayable is actually a 3-part quest called the Prelude to War. It's on this side somewhere, right there. Okay, so this 3-part section, they all came out at different times. So the Chimera Prologue here, it came out in update 23.10, which was October 2018. The requirement for it was to complete the sacrifice quest. When you complete the Chimera Prologue, you unlock the Parsis blueprint, which is an awesome heavy sword. It's spectacular. It's the Sentient Slayer. It's an amazing weapon. You also gain access to the Ropeless boss fight, which is on Jupiter, and we'll just take a quick peek over at that. So the Ropeless battle is right here. That also unlocks with the Chimera Prologue. So the second part is the Esra quest. The Esra quest released with update 27.0. That would be December 2019. It has a cinematic, so we're just going to put that on real quick. But before we do, the reward for completing this, the Shadow blueprint, or Shadow. So here, we'll just put on the cinematic real quick. It's as close as we come to replaying it. When they started adding cinematic quests, was one of the greatest things ever. Oh, don't be a dick, Dick. I'ma get you. I'ma get you. Should be time for Nova. This lovely gentleman right here, picking that guy up by his skull, or gal up by her skull, is Esra.
Let her go.
If I had a heart, it would be broken. If my eyes could weep, I'd be blind. Look at what they've made of you. You're a god. You're a queen. But somehow the bees have you as a hostage. Do you even recognize me anymore?
You wouldn't even recognize me
I
anymore.
recognize
Not that you
the
knew me back
enemy.
then, but it all comes back to me.
No. Sister.
Don't copyright strike me, please. Oh, yeah, spoiler alert.
The Makers caught you. Unraveled your mind. They're using you to kill us. The Queen of the Aphids, with her eye in the void. But I don't blame you. I blame them. You believe these are your children, but I am the only family you've got left. So choose our family, our people, or these parasites. Choose, Nata. Choose.
I am not Nata. I am the Lotus.
Magic hyperspace beam power activate. That's Bolus. He's a dick.
Reformation is accelerating. Our conduits are nearly ready. Our rebirth is at hand.
And the Golden Spear? How many battalions?
Still having lapses. Listen to me. That's the past. The old war. Tell her, Maker.
Yes, there is no spear, no Nata. Erra speaks. Master Erra. He speaks true. The Oracle are gone. The bios are divided, infighting over what remains. Only the Tenno.
The Tenno. The enemy.
Yes.
Made by you. To kill us.
Yes.
But you had something our people have never had before, Nata. You're stained by their wickedness. Use it. Use their sin against them.
They're listening.
I ain't listening. Bullshit.
Let them.
They know we are building.
I don't know shit.
No, it won't.
So what are you waiting for? Sing for us, sister. Call them home.
I forgot how deep some of this goes. Maybe should have made this its own separate video from The Awakening. We'll see. Might separate it for YouTube. They knew we were spying. We're not very good spies. So then, the third part. I guess no. We did the rewards. We did the only prerequisite for Erra was Chimera Prologue. The Maker, its prerequisite. Guess what? Erra. So the reward for the Maker is it just a job well done? Pat on the shoulders. Congratulations, you did it. There's a cinematic for this too, and it starts as soon as I click on it. No option, just rolls right into that shit.
We're ready, Nata.
So quiet. So dark.
It only needs a voice. A spark.
But, Mother,
Mother's gone. This is all that remains. But you have her fire.
Steve's not here, man.
You can finish what she started.
finish the war.
Bring peace. Bring purity.
On Lua, the Lotus, I attacked you.
You remember?
You died.
You don't remember everything, then. Yes, your aphids wounded me, and our forces were depleting fast. I knew I had failed. Failed you, my sister. Failed our family. I had no choice but to retreat.
No. You were destroyed. The Tenno made sure of that.
You're still recovering. With all that the Makers did to you, it will take time to heal.
He is one of them, isn't he? A Maker.
All this is like, not me, bro. I'm not a maker. I'm just sniveling servant.
Neta.
Moving on. So, in update 29.0, which would be August 2020, we got the Heart of Deimos. Actually, right there. So, right there's our lovely reward, except the Zaku blueprint is not the only reward. You also get a capture a scene for Deimos Necrolisc. You gain access to the Entrati Syndicate and Necrolis bounties. You also receive everything to make a Void Rig. And, again, more spoiler stuff. So, this bad dog is a Void Rig. So it's really hard to see in my current lighting. I really... But what that entails is the blueprint itself and the blueprint for all the parts, which there are 4 parts. Capsule casting, engine, and weapon pod. So you get 5 blueprints total to make that thing. The requirements for the Heart of Deimos quest is to complete the Mars Junction on Earth, which we'll hit that up real quick. Bam, Earth. Mars Junction. Before you can do the Mars Junction, you got to complete the quest Once Awake, which we'll see in a future gameplay, but also collect 250 Rubido in missions. That is like the easiest thing in the world. Like you'll get that so easy. If you're trying to go to Mars and you haven't got that, you're not ready to go to Mars. It's just that simple. But when you go to the junction, you're going to fight a Loki Spectre. Loki, as I mentioned way back near the beginning of this video, Loki was one of the original 3 starter frames. He is a trickster, much like his name implies. He has invisibility. He has a decoy. He's a good stealth frame, but he ain't shit to Protea. Then none of them will be, and especially like that's Earth. That's one of the early ones. I could have walked in there and breathed on it the wrong way, and it would have died. Moving on. The next non-repeatable quest is Angels of Zariman. So Angels of Zariman released with update 31.5 in April of 2022. Let's see if we can find this one. Pretty sure it's on the right side. Oh, right there. So the Angels of Zariman is the only prerequisite for it, beyond like everything that goes into the prerequisite, is to complete the new war quest. Once you complete the Zariman, you will be given the Void Plume Pinion down there, which is rather important in certain regards to the faction that it also unlocks. You'll receive Operator and Drifter Void Shell sets, which Void Shell skins, they kind of allow you to customize the material your Warframe is in. I've never really screwed with them too much, but it's an appearance thing. It changes the way, even like the reds that I have on, the red and black, because I'm obviously a big fan of red. It'll change how it appears. It'll look different, change, shiny, dull, the like tone of the color a little. It really depends on the void shell and the colors. You'll gain access to the Dorma Zone, which is another area you can decorate, and it is part of, and spoiler, it's hard not to look at this map and see spoilers, though, because you're like, oh, what's this? What's that? But it's over here in Chrysalis. There's a section right there, the Dorma Zone. It's another, like, private quarter. You can decorate, and among other things. But the most important thing out of this would be that it unlocks access to the Holdfast Syndicate and the Chrysalis bounties here. We will continue to march on. And another quest that the only prerequisite is the new war is the Veilbreaker quest. Hunt that bitch down. There's a cinematic, I believe, on this one. Yes, there's a cinematic. So before we start that, the Veilbreaker, like I said, the only requirement's the new war. The rewards, actually, we'll save the rewards for after the cinematic, because we're going to physically travel to one of the rewards. So this guy is Call. We actually meet him in a quest that comes before that. So this is kind of where they bring him back. Yeah, wow, this is loaded to the teeth. This whole video after we did the initial quest is loaded to the teeth with spoilers. Because like his fate at the end of the quest is kind of like, oh, what happened? But the whole quest is about freeing people from these masks that this one new enemy puts on them. And Carl there is our Voidbreaker. Let's see, right here, the Drifters Camp. The Drifters Camp was... This unlocks with a quest that'll be in another video too. But we got to switch to there because of the certain rewards we get. So for completing the Veilbreaker, we gain access to Archon Hunt missions, which are these. So 3 missions, you have a chance at some good rewards. I'll tell you this, this percent chance of getting the Tau Forged Archon Shard, that's all good and well. There are better ways to hunt for shards. Once you unlock Sanctum, the Sanctum, there's a mission there. You can go and you can do it 5 times. Is it a week? Or is it 5 times a day? It doesn't matter. It's still way, way faster than doing this bullshit. And way easier and nicer. You just farm this when you get it if you want. But I'd try and get to Sanctum. And right here, Sanctum. And do it from there. But anyways, beyond ability to do those missions, another thing we unlock is down here in the Drifters Camp, which, how'd we get this? It's a thing. You unlock Carl's Garrison here, where you can visit Carl, and you can do a weekly mission that is, these are officially called the Break the Armor missions. They rotate every week. Now, there's a condition to rotating. There's, I believe, 3 different missions it rotates between, and the random objectives that give bonus to it, they change with it. But the only way the mission itself rotates is if you do it. So, this is my current mission. If I do not do it this week, which I will not, but if I do not do it this week, next week, it'll be this mission again. I'm pretty sure the challenges rotate, but the mission will be the same one next week. Now, if I went and did this, then next week it'd be the next mission in rotation. But I think by far the most important and best thing, and it makes doing the Veilbreaker quests a must. If you're trying to get to endgame sort of stuff, you get and here's another one of them spoilers. Oh, what's this room? Oh, we shouldn't be in here. This is the first video. So this is Helmuth. He's your infected parasite on the ship, but he's a useful infected bullshit. But doing the Veilbreaker quest unlocks the Helmuth Archon Shard segment. And the Archon Shards are, I haven't bothered to power up much. But the Archon Shards are another way of customizing your frame and enhancing it. And each of the shards has their own thing. So, like, you, right there, if I were to embed this, I get to choose between one of those 5 things. And there's the regular shards, and your Tau Forged are more powerful. Right there, 150 to 225. But there's your standards, which are your red, yellow, and blue. These ones up here, they're your special shards. And as their colors imply, combine certain ones of these, and you will get those ones. Red and yellow? Oh, that gives orange. Red and blue? Oh, purple. Blue and yellow? What's that? Green? Oh, wow, that's magic. But let's see. Can I scroll over those ones since I don't have them? Yeah. So a lot of builds now run off of the increased stacks of corrosion on the green one here. There's a really good build for Protea here that runs off of this purple one. I was just convinced recently to go ahead and bother making it. I'm a naturalist at times, and I probably pay for it and make the game harder on myself than I have to. But I haven't actually done too much mission-wise since I made this, so I don't know if it's having the intended effect or not. But like I said, getting that Helmuth Archon Shard segment, and I think there's an upgrade for the Archon Shard segment that you need to get at some point too. But getting that is a real game changer for late game builds. But enough of that. Oh, going the wrong way. Let's go up here. We have a few more quests to touch on, and then we will kill this video. So our next one is the Duviri Paradox, which right in the middle somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So not even a lot to read here. The Duviri Paradox released with update 33.0 in April 2023. The prerequisites for it are to do the Uranus junction on Saturn, which we'll go pop to that bitch real quick. Obviously, before you come do this junction, you're going to need to fight Sargus Ruck. He's the boss of Saturn. On Tethys Saturn. You need to open one Meso Void Relic, and Jesus, by the time you get this far, if you haven't opened one, that would be startling. And you need to learn how to perform synthesis. So you just go, you can read that description, or go, you'll get there. But once we do those things, we go to the junction here, and we fight an Equinox Spectre. So Equinox is the duality frame, essentially. She has a like yin and yang, a dark and light, violence and peace. Two parts to the same frame. But both parts die like bitches. Because, yeah, it's going to happen every time. It's not even, like, startling at this point. So, once you do that, you can go do the Duviri quest. The Duviri quest takes you to a unique open world area. It's not like any of the other ones. It's kind of it's standalone as far as within the game goes. Once you actually do the quest itself, you unlock this up here. You'll have the circuit, the Duviri experience, and the lone story. Now, the circuit's kind of like a endless mission type, except instead of it being like every round is the same mission, it rotates between mission types. You might do a defense the first time and a survival the second, and back to a defense again, and then I forget what else is in rotation. It's been a while, but it rotates. Meanwhile, the Duviri experience and the lone story, they take place in the open world setting of Duviri. The lone story takes you just through to just bang out the story real quick. The Duviri experience, that's the one you want to do if you're looking to explore and free roam and see what all Duviri has. You can spend hours in Duviri just bumbling around finding things to do. And do you have to? No, not at all. By no means. Not in the least. But if you want to, you can. And it really, when they brought Duviri, it was like a whole like revitalizing to the game in a certain way, just because of how it was the same, but it was different. It was very, very different compared to what we players were used to. I highly recommend hunting this down and doing this, just because Duviri is such a fun area. Now we're wrapping it up here. And no, I forgot the other rewards. Sorry for doing the Duviri experience are the histonoman. It's a Kaith. A Kaith is essentially think of it like a Pegasus, except not near as pretty as a regular horse. I don't know if I can even... I don't think I can show my... Oh, I know where I can show my Kaith off. Without going to Duviri. Can I? Yeah, I got an idea. Alright, so I know where we can, hopefully, to the dojo. Alright, everybody, just close your eyes until I tell you to open them, because Lightning's still working on the dojo. Nah, you're not going to see shit. I'm on a fast travel. Lightning would be like, don't show them. Hey, you get to look at the floor till, I hit a button. Fast travel, Degas Hollow. This room is not decorated at all, so it doesn't matter. This is a Kaith, right here. So, yeah. So they can get wings. Like, it has its wings, they're just sort of retracted right now. So, like I said, it's like a Pegasus, but not near as pretty. But you get one of those. It's not going to look like this, not just because of the color, but because I customized mine some. The only thing that's the same is its head. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. But, beyond that, you also get the Sun and Moon blueprint. That's a singular blueprint. Sun and Moon are dual katanas, and the katana is essentially Warframe's version of Christ, having a brain fart. Samurai sword. That's disgusting of me to completely on it, but wait, maybe katana's the right. Oh god, oh man, I've been too long at this. My brain is melting down. Nikana. Yeah, dual Nikanas, which are essentially Warframe's katanas. So Sun and Moon are just that. You also get the Mountain Edge mod, which I'm pretty sure is the stance mod for Sun and Moon. Like I said, you get the Duviri access. The only other one remaining is our most recently added one. Where the fruits is that? I lost track of where...
Operator? Ordis wonders, what are you thinking about?
Oh, there it is. If it were a snake, it would have bit me. So, there's a video up for this. So, if you're like, oh, what's the Lotus Eater? This is the brand new quest. Just came out the other day. The prerequisite for it is do fucking everything. No, the actual prerequisite for it, I think I miscalled it out in my video of it, is just to complete the Whisper in the Walls quest. It right now doesn't really have anything that it unlocks. It's probably going to end up as a prerequisite to the 1999 quest when that comes out, but as it stands right now, that's not a thing. So just one more that I want to touch on, and it's not that it's not a repeatable quest. It's that it's a giant pain in the dick quest. There's the Waverider quest here. So the Waverider quest is absolutely replayable, but it has a sorry, it has a ton of requirements to it that they're just not fun to do. And I imagine if they're not fun to do, they're not entirely fun to watch either. Maybe if I really get bored and I'm on the verge of, hanging myself, I'm so bored, I'll replay this quest and stream it. But more than likely, it will not get replayed. So we're just going to go down through it real quick. So it released in update 30.5, which was July of 2021. The prerequisites for it are Mastery Rank 3 being reached, and to complete the Vox Solaris quest, which you'll see in another video. The rewards are the Ureli blueprint. That's Ureli there. She's our weird water waifu frame. It's weird. It's peculiar. She's not my waifu. That's just, to each their own. That's not where I'm at, right? But you unlock her blueprint. You also unlock Ureli Noggle. Noggles are essentially the Warframe equivalent of a bobblehead. Let me just run down here real quick and show you some of them. I need to finish decorating. This room's decorated more than any of the other ones. But yeah, these are Noggles right here. Warframe bobbleheads. But you unlock Ureli bobblehead. You also get the K-Drive booster decoration. You get the Ureli Prex, which Prex are weird little collector cards, so to speak. Where are the fruits of the Prex? Are they in fragments? Yeah, I think they're... Yeah. Oh, man, I gotta... I'm falling behind. Look at this. How lousy this is. What are you doing with your life, Myth? Get your shit together. But you get the Ureli Prex, which I don't even see here. I should have it, because I finished the Waverider. Am I ever looking at... Maybe that's something they added after I did. I might have to redo the quest just to get the fucking Prex. But these are them, essentially. This is the Nova one. It just says what number they were released, essentially, a nice little picture of them. So, they're all kind of the same. The same but different. I think there's one more reward I'm forgetting about. You get the Waverider #1 decoration, which Waverider is like a comic book about Ureli, and it's a whole thing. But if we do the quest, we'll get into it more. But that concludes, obviously, Awakening forever ago. That concludes going over all of the non-replayable quests, and that includes going over Waverider, which may or may not get a video. And like I said, there's a lot dependent on that and how I feel. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I am maybe going to divide this into 2 videos just because I forgot of the number of spoilers that some of those non-replayable quests would drop in. Maybe I'll just label it in the video title and put it in the description, like, hey, you might not want to watch Beyond here. Be careful. I'll see what I feel like doing. But again, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.